10 minutes ago, we finished watching Netflix's Project Power, a film that had a pretty bitchin' trailer. Does it live up to the hype? Is it a powerful movie? I don't know if I'd use that word to describe it. In case you guys haven't seen the trailer, here's the high concept pitch for y'all. What if there was a pill that could give you powers for 5 minutes?
And who knows what that power is going to be? It could be a good one. You could just explode.
One thing's for sure, it'll land in the hands of criminals.
That's right.
And they'll ruin the streets of New Orleans. Which is the movie, all right?
Yes.
So in this movie, you have 3 main characters, essentially. Jamie Foxx, who plays a character named Art, and as showed in the trailer, he is looking for his daughter, and that involves somehow going through the hierarchy of the criminal underbelly of all the people who are supplying the drug. Is there a name for the drug in the movie? I don't think I ever
call it Power.
I think they just call it Power. It's Project Power. How stupid am I? Is there a name for this?
What's it called? What does it do even?
You got your other character here who is a cop in New Orleans who doesn't like what's going on.
Yeah, you're not going to test your evil drug on my city.
After all the terrible things that have already happened in New Orleans, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he plays a character named Frank. He's taken the law into his own hands by occasionally taking the pill himself in order to match up against the criminals. And then you got this character named Robin, played by Dominique Fishback. Is that how you say it? Yep. All 3 do great jobs. All 3 are pretty freaking excellent in this film. Yeah. I want to just get this out of the way right now. Dominique Fishback blew me away.
Yeah, she is so natural on screen. It's amazing.
There was at least 3 times where I just looked at John and go, man, this woman is amazing.
She come from? And why haven't I seen her before? Good. Yeah, she really is the heart. Like, there's a lot of great performances, but yeah, she's the heart and soul of the movie.
And she's a big part of what connects the storyline between Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Jamie Foxx. Yeah. That's more than just this, taking down the bad guy pursuit. Yeah. That she helps bring out the real character in there. So yeah, Dominique Fishback, she's a performer I want to see way more of. As for the movie itself, I didn't know really what to expect other than the awesome trailer that we got. Yeah. You get this really awesome trailer, and all I wanted was a really badass summer movie on Netflix. Then I go on like Rotten Tomatoes, and I'm like reading the capsules for it. And at the time, I don't know what it's at right now, but at the time it was like 73%. Okay. Everyone was kind of just saying like essentially how I felt about the old guard.
Oh, no.
Was that Netflix is doing a great job at like okay action movies. I've seen some like thumbnails of some YouTube reviewers out there. So my expectations actually went down just from that, actually. And then I watched this film and I really liked it. I thought it was really cool. It gave me 100, whatever we said in that reaction, it gave me all of that and a little bit more, if I'm being honest.
It commits enough to its idea to be just as fun as you want it to be. The effects are good enough that it's just as bombastic and action-packed as you want it to be. But again, it's that secret edge of the acting performances and the writing of the characters that does give the movie some heft and some weight and some actual emotional resonance.
My main concern was that it would be a little boring in between the action scenes.
Like in the old guard? I don't want to slog that movie.
That's just the recent Netflix action movie we watched.
But yeah, having seen, I feel like there are things I liked about both movies that are very similar, but what that movie lacked for me, this movie really made up for, which was in the writing and the character stuff and the things that held together between action set pieces.
Exactly. And the directing of this I thought was great. The way this film is shot, there are some truly memorable action sequences in here. And the trailer doesn't give away all of the action sequences. They don't give away all of the powers that you'll see in the movie, so we're not going to give it away. But there was actually a lot of cool surprises, and what I loved with the ignition of the powers after people take the capsules, and even some post after the powers are wearing off, is like some of the body horror elements that they throw into here. Yeah, there's a good amount of that.
These really interesting cellular images and just pictures of like plasmic, fluids spreading apart, and it really does translate the physical rush of the experience to you.
And from our understanding, this movie's not based on a graphic novel or something, even though it deals with like superpowers, even though it borrows a lot of like superhero tropes, especially like the reasoning for the pills. If anything, the lackluster part of it in the writing would be just some of the ideas. But I thought the execution was good. Like Rodrigo Santoro is the main bad guy. At first, especially like early on in the movie, it's like, God, this is the most cliche. Actually, it's like first couple scenes.
Here he is, suave guy,
as cliche as it gets. But then he has some scenes later on in the movie where I'm like, Rodrigo Santoro is killing this role, man. He's doing great.
Well, that's the thing, is there are setups and there are themes and things that are familiar, but the thing is the movie, again, just commits to all of them and goes, okay, well, what would logically happen next to this person once the plan doesn't go according to plan?
Yeah.
And again, that's what makes even characters like that surprise you with being a little more fun to watch and a little more fun to invest in than you would have thought at the beginning of the movie.
Because this movie is like a crime thriller meets a superhero movie. While it's kind of dark tonally, it has that energy that you'll see in the trailer. It's a very vibrant film at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, it's not based on a graphic novel, but the way the movie is composed, so much of its shots were just stellar. There were some great shots in here. The action scenes and the choreography were awesome. Sounds like we're being paid to talk about this movie for how much praise we're giving it. I just kind of want to defend the movie now, even though I didn't read a lot of hate on the film. It was more so that I feel like this movie's kind of being undersold now. I personally thought it was really impressive in a lot of areas. I wasn't mind blown necessarily, but I was very impressed. And there were literally some action sequences, one involving like I'll just say a tank. I won't say what kind of tank, but the way they deal with perspective in a lot of shots. There's a lot of mounting shots as well, where they decide to place the camera on certain performers or on certain spots in the environment. On a technical scale, I don't think there's any denying that the directing, editing, effects, the pacing. It was weird because there was a point when, the movie's going to be over in like 20 minutes. I was like, what the hell? There's still 40 minutes left.
Yeah.
And then it kept going, and I was still really enjoying the movie.
Well, because what they have to do, I was sitting there, being like, damn, what else are we going to... Oh, no, this does seem like what we would have had to have done, especially to get everyone to the conclusion we need them to be at, because it is something of an ensemble.
Admittedly, though, in the last 20 to 30 minutes, I did look at John and say about 10 minutes ago they decided they needed to get this movie under 2 hours because there are certain chunks in the finale where it just started seeming like they were rushing it. Why are we suddenly moving through this so fast now?
And there is some of that, I bet, action movie budgeting of time where it's like, well, we know we're going to get to a certain point and we've seen a lot. We don't want to overwhelm people. But I think for a lot of it anyway, they avoided getting long in the tooth. And I do have to give props to Henry Joost and Ariel Schumann because they have grown in their visual style. Like, I first discovered them through Catfish and then Paranormal Activity 3. They came out of, for me, found footage, and the way that they have grown their visual style to incorporate effects really well and various lenses like we talked about and stuff, it is really impressively put together.
They have well-written characters in here, and there's a lot of funny scenes as well. I mean, are there some scenes that fall a little flat? Yeah, but none of those really stand out to me. There was some, like, the very opening scene made me go, oh man, I don't know about this. Like the very opening kind of is,
there are things at the top where you're like, oh, okay, I see where you're going, and then they actually manage to again surprise you.
Yeah, because structurally it kind of is a little odd at first. It kind of sets it up in a way where Joseph Gordon-Levitt's the main character and Jamie Foxx will be the main supporting character. 10 minutes later, you realize, oh no, it's actually the complete opposite way around.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Jamie Foxx's performance, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt I thought was really charming. There were parts in the script for his character, though, that I thought were a little bit, the phrase is Deus Ex Machina, right? You kind of just show up at like the perfect time consistently, or come in the story at the perfect time to mess things up.
And there are a couple of those that are justified, and there are a couple of those that are just like, you must just have really great sense of timing.
I thought he was great in the movie. Honestly, I have very little complaints other than a few odd moments.
Yeah.
It's very sparse, though.
Yeah, it could be smoothed out here or there, but for the most part, it really moves confidently.
Yeah, and I can't say that the way the movie is executed is generic. The way the script is, it really could have been executed in a generic way. But I think with its technical achievements and the pacing and the style, all that involved, help make this feel unique and stand out from some of the superhero movies that we have today.
Yeah, I would say that this is a good example of a movie that doesn't necessarily reinvent its wheel, but it does roll it with so much style.
Yeah.
I think it would be kind of hard not to enjoy if you're big into action, sci-fi, superhero stuff.
Yeah, and the character stuff is enjoyable.
Yeah.
Now we got to talk about a couple things before we wrap this review up. Machine Gun Kelly's in this movie.
He is. He gets a cool set piece.
He gets more to do than Casey Neistat, that's for sure.
Casey Neistat is in this movie.
Here's my experience with Casey Neistat. Here's all some of his performance. He shows up on screen. And I go, oh, I forgot. Casey Neistat's in this movie.
Yep.
The movie ends. And we're doing a review. Oh, I forgot.
That's right. Casey Neistat's in the movie. Yeah, he gives some great reaction shots.
I'm like, were you friends with the director or something? Like, what favor were you doing?
Maybe. It's very possible.
Don't throw this mother effer's name on the credits. What the hell, man?
And you see him in the trailer, and you're like, oh, okay, maybe he's gonna be part of like a gallery.
Maybe
of
he's got like a funny
people.
scene or something.
Yeah.
Who are like,
in this movie. Low lifes who want to buy the drug, and he's gonna have a bit or whatever. But yeah,
I'm not ruining anything for you guys. Nothing.
If you're coming to this movie for Casey Neistat, he has about as much screen time as Courtney B. Vance, which is not much.
Courtney B. Vance has at least an important thing to do.
He has a scene that is important.
Yeah.
Casey Neistat is just wallpaper.
Yeah, we'll end on that.
Woo!
I recommend watching this. All right, we don't have theaters. I mean, most places don't have theaters open. If you're looking for a really great escapism, fun superhero time, I really enjoyed it a lot. Am I lying? That's a reference.
Am I lying?
I'm not lying.
I mean, this is a movie that I wish I could have now seen in a theater, so I feel like that is a good review for any Netflix movie.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, did you see Project Power? What did you think about it? If you enjoyed the movie, hit the like button. If you liked our review, hit the like button. Subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell. And last but not least, Victoria Huntley. I haven't talked to you in a while, Victoria. I wanted to shout you out today by using adjectives that describe how awesome you are through the letters of your first name. V for vicarious.
Okay.
I for insightful.
Ooh.
Take it away with the
Okay.
C, John.
C for courteous.
T for triumphant.
O for omnipresent.
You can do the R.
R for resplendent.
Oh, wow. You're trying to impress someone.
I for imaginative.
And A for awesome.
Awesome! Oh, we did it. We got words.
Victoria Huntley, thank you so much for being part of our Patreon page. I hope you're being safe right now.